Good afternoon, everyone. We are Taiwan research team working with Kamitani Ayumi-san and Sungi Hayu-san. My name is Zhang Yongjun.
My name is Lin Xuan.
Our research topic is learning motivation and career choice between Japanese and Taiwanese students.
This is our outline. We are going to start with our motivation, background, and our research questions, and then proceed with analysis and conclusion.
First, this is motivation and background.
In our first online meeting with Kamitani Ayumi-san and Shini Hayu-san, we noticed that academic performance always stresses Taiwanese students. Our parents always expect us to study in the departments of medicine, which only straight A students can get into. However, our teammates Ayumi-san and Hayu-san said that they have never experienced that before.
So, we decided to make a questionnaire and got 300 responses from both countries. After examining the results, we find most of them are similar except the following two questions.
The first question is, why do you want to be a medical worker? From the bar chart, we can see that most Taiwanese students and Japanese students want to save lives. However, nearly twice the number of Taiwanese students choose to be a medical worker because of the higher salary it brings.
The second question is, what makes you study hard? As you can see, although the number one reason for both students is to realize their dream, nearly twice the number of Taiwanese students are more likely to study hard because of parents' high expectations.
That's quite a match with what we have mentioned in the motivation and background. That is how parents' high expectations straight us out.
So, to know more about our topic, we decided to set the two as our research questions.
Question number 1. Compared with Japanese students, why do Taiwanese students value money more when we make a career choice? Question number 2. Compared with Japanese students, why are Taiwanese students greatly influenced by our parents' opinion?
To answer the question, we conduct a literature review and analyze the history and culture in Taiwan and Japan.
Our first question, why do Taiwanese students value money more when we make a career choice?
To answer the question, we need to take a look at our history. 200 years ago, Taiwan was a desert island which had a few Aboriginal liveland. However, due to the improvement of agricultural techniques in southeastern China, the number of theirs soared rapidly in a short period of time, causing up to 300 million people to immigrate to Taiwan. This is the first largest wave of immigration in Taiwan.
The wave of immigration didn't end 200 years ago. In 1949, KMT-led government of Republic of China was finally defeated in the Chinese Civil War and retreated to Taiwan, known as the Great Retreat. More than 1 million of soldiers and military dependents immigrated to Taiwan at that time.
From the two big waves of immigration, we can infer that Taiwan is an immigration society. At that time, people immigrate to Taiwan because of poverty or defeating war. So, for them, surviving in a totally alien place with other people speaking different languages was the most important thing. That's how pragmatism developed in Taiwan.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, pragmatism means thinking about solving problems in a practical way and a sensible way, rather than by having fixed ideas and theories. At that time, solving things in a practical way may refer to seeds, farms, tools, or food, but now money may be the most pragmatic thing in the world.
Yeah, pragmatism helps our ancestors survive at that time. It's very useful, and the wisdom of our ancestors is passed on to us now. That's why we value money more than Japanese in terms of career choice.
How about Japanese students? Why do they value dreams more than high salary?
Well, according to our teammate Kamitani Ayumi-san and Sungi Hayu-san, this may be associated with Meiji Restoration from 1868 to 1889. Meiji Restoration brought about modernization of Japan. Many Western ideas were implanted in Japanese during that period, and one of them is follow your passion.
Follow your passion and fulfill your dream that matches with our testing results and explain why saving lives is the #1 reason for Japanese to be a doctor.
Right. Now let's move on to the second one. Compared with Japanese students, why are Taiwanese students greatly influenced by our parents' opinions?
To answer the question, we need to talk about filial piety in Japan and Taiwan. To explore the definition in Taiwan, we need to talk about the book analect first. In the book, we can find the sentence 子曰无为于礼. It means that when it comes to filial piety, we shouldn't go against etiquette.
So what's etiquette?
In analects, there is a sentence to explain etiquette. It's 子曰视父母己见，见之不从，又敬不为，劳而不怨. It means that if we found our parents do something wrong, we should gently advise them. If they don't want to follow our advice, we should still try and shouldn't resent our parents.
Right. Influenced by etiquette in analects, most of them tend to obey our parents' advice even if we are not so willing to do so.
How about Japanese students? What's the definition of filial piety in Japan?
According to our teammate Kamitani Ayumi-san and Suni Hayu-san, filial piety means oyakoko in Japan. For Japanese students, all they need to do is to take good care of themselves and spare their parents' worries about them.
The definition of filial piety makes Japanese more independent from their parents when they practice filial piety. Besides, the idea of one's independence and freedom introduced by Meiji Restoration also reinforced the situation.
Now, here comes to our conclusion. Our first research question is, compared with Japanese, why do Taiwanese students value money more? After our research, we think Taiwanese have to be pragmatic in order to survive in the immigration society. In contrast, Japanese care about the pursuit of dream more due to Meiji Restoration.
Question number 2. Compare with Japanese. Why are Taiwanese students greatly influenced by our parents' opinion? Two disparate definitions of filial piety are the reason for the difference. In Taiwan, follow parents' advice is considered conformity to filial piety. However, Japanese students can be more independent from their parents' opinion if they can spare their parents' worries. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your attention.